Welcome back to my channel. Today I created this really smoky look that could go perfect with any outfit and literally anybody could pull this look off. Beauty Vintage Dawn palette. This is what the palette looks like. And this is what the colors inside the palette look like. I'm taking the darkest brown shade in the palette, which is that shade at the very end called Fade. Taking an eyeshadow brush and I'm packing that shade all over my crease using circular motions as I blend it out throughout the crease. I'm going to be taking the shade Grand Canyon and Pyramid. Slowly going to go on top of the shade Fade just to help blend out the edges. And I'm also using circular motions throughout the crease and keeping it to the same shape. So you should be doing something. This shade all blended out. I'm going to be working my way back down. So I'm going back in with the shade Fade and I'm just darkening up that crease. Once I'm satisfied with how everything is looking, I'm now going to be adding the glitter. Going in with Pop That Glitz palette by Cara Beauty. What the glitter palette looks like, aren't these glitters like everything, guys? I'm going to be going in with that darker brown glitter at the very bottom of the palette. This glitter is called Sizzle and I'm going in with the Morphe M166 brush and I'm just going to be packing that glitter all over the lid. This glitter is so pretty and it goes perfect with these shades. So all I'm doing is just packing that on until I'm satisfied with the payoff, which I'm already getting there. So I'm about to stop packing this glitter on. I'm going to be going into today. They are from Laura Lashes off Instagram in the style Goddess. While I wait for my lashes to get tacky, I'm going to be going in with some concealer just so I can start working on my lower lash line. I just take a beauty blender and I start pressing that concealer into the skin. I like to start blending from the very bottom and work my way up because I feel like it gives it a more fuller coverage look towards the top when you leave that to the very end. Starting off with the shade Fade, I'm going to be blending that on my lower lash line and I want to keep it as close to the lash line as possible because I am going to be adding the shade Grand Canyon and Pyramid underneath it to blend out the harsh lines. I'm now taking the shades Grand Canyon and Pyramid and I'm just slowly blending that out underneath the shade Fade just to help blend out the harsh lines. Now that our lashes have dried, I'm going to be applying them. I like to use a lash applicator because I feel like it helps me really set them where I need them to be, especially because I have nails. So it just makes it a lot easier. I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Smoky liners in black and brown. Black to the top waterline. I like to add the brown to the bottom waterline just so it blends out with everything really nice. Started on the face. My favorite non-expensive foundation at the moment is the Milani 2-in-1 foundation. I use the shade 02 Natural. 2 pumps on the back of my hand and go in with the beauty blender and I just start pressing the foundation into the skin. Guys, look at the coverage. Like, this foundation is so underrated and it's so good. It's literally my go-to foundation. Cover everything, so I'm now going over my forehead. I'm going to be highlighting and contouring my face, going in with the Boing Concealer by Benefit and the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. These are my favorites to cream contour. I like to start by highlighting the face, so I'm going to be going in underneath my eyes, a little on the chin, and a little on my forehead. I literally use my sponge for everything, so that's what I'm doing, just going back in with my sponge and using the same motions as I did with everything else and pressing the product into the skin. I try to be careful when going close to my brows. Now contour, add a few dots along the forehead. I add some lines on my cheeks and that's it. And then in with an LMR complexion brush and I do the same thing I do with the beauty blender and just press it into the skin. And same with the cheeks, I press it in and push it up towards the temple. I'm now going to be contouring my nose. I know it looks a little harsh now, but we got to trust the process. I go with the same concealer I use to contour my face, and I'm just doing a little circle around the tip of the nose. The circle's somewhat blended out. I'm going to start dragging it along the sides of the nose. Lines on my nose. I want to go in a little thinner on my nose, so I'm gonna go on the side of the brush and I'm just gonna start running that more in and not really on my natural line, if that makes sense. I'm taking my Airspun translucent powder and setting everywhere we highlighted on the face, and I'm gonna be baking my nose. I'm going with the mini beauty blender and just run that powder along the sides of the nose, and I do let it sit for a little bit just so everything can diffuse and it could melt all the powders into the skin. I just like to press the powder into the skin, bake along the sides of my mouth because I do tend to crease there quite a bit. I want to add some warmth to the face, so I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the shade Truffle, and I do like to use this as my bronzer. I go in with the Hoola bronzer brush. This is what it looks like from Benefit Cosmetics. Use circular motions along the forehead to mattify it up and to bring some color back into my skin. With the cheeks, I just go up and down like this, but I do the same as I did when blending it out and go up towards the temple. My blush, the BH Cosmetics Chocolate Orange Truffle Blush Palette. Going in with a brush from BH Cosmetics. This is from their Crystal Zodiac collection. I like to add some of every shade from that palette. I just use circular motions and work my way up towards the temple, same as I did when applying my bronzer. For highlight, I'm going to be going with the Anastasia Sun Dip Glow Palette. And I'm going to be taking the shade Summer. That's the shade I hit pan with. I'm going to be applying it with the Morphe E61 brush, and it's just really fluffy like this. I just take some highlight on the back of the brush and I just run it along my cheeks, a little above where we applied the blush. I also take a little along the forehead on my Cupid's bow and a little on the chin. For the nose, I go in with a thinner brush and I apply along the tip of the nose where we created that circle. And I just go in between the two lines we did to create a smaller look to the nose. So it looks like this, and I just be removing the powder we had on the side of the nose to bake. And y'all see how snatched my nose looks, guys? Like, it literally looks like I just got a nose job. And I didn't. I contoured it myself. And baking away with it, I'm going to be taking some setting spray, and I'm going to spray it all over my face so all the powders will melt into the skin and just lay down nicely and look flawless. And just let that dry. I'm going to be lining my lips with one of my favorite lip liners. This is from NYX Cosmetics. This is the Downtown Beauty lip liner. And I just like to line my lips with this. I'm going to be going in with my favorite gloss. This is from TSG Cosmetics off Instagram in the shade Toffee. The final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial just as much as I loved creating it for you guys. Here's a close-up at this eye look. Look at that blend. Like, this whole look is perfect and it will go good with literally any occasion you have.